TKO. TKO.
Hello guys, how you doing? It's Lucia here, and I'm going to ask today why the video is postponed for good. So today we are going to found this message about the announcement of the statement from the league office about the 2020 season has been about the season has been postponed to next season to next year to 2021. Here's the announcement, and we're gonna read this carefully. It says that the Australian Football League officials have announced the postponement of the inaugural season of actually play to April 2021, which actually will be start next year, so we have to wait like for the next 9 or 10 months. Sorry, I don't want to count it, so my apologies. Anyway, I feel bad, but this time it's a good decision because despite the quarantine and the pandemic we have, now it looks like Corona has once again won another round. Thanks to you, Corona. Wow, just brutal anyway. Alright, league officials have been formulating a plan for a return to football despite of the global pandemic, which I already mentioned, since awareness of its potential impact in February 2020. However, officials, no one else in sports was able to forecast what has followed: a complete shutdown in sports world. Yeah, the sports world have been shut down just like the NBA. First of all, the NBA was the first sport who started to shut down to stop the season for the coronavirus. Rudy Gobert was the first person who tested positive, and that's why the sports events have canceled. So the next one said this: the S-League's front office operations have worked exhaustively to salvage the 2020 season, which included a complete revision of the 2020 game schedule. Despite all the initial obstacles for return football, the athletes have had to deal with more severe challenges that include for being able to provide all teams fair, equitable practice preparation as states like California are shut down until August. Okay, that's the most interesting thing what I found it. In addition, athlete teams would be need to test every athlete prior to each practice. On game days, the athlete will need to test all members of its production staff, medical group personnel, officials, arresting personnel, television crews, as well as both teams. Yeah, every member who work with, and of course there, in addition to possibly quarantine teams in between games. Furthermore, if a single athlete tests positive for COVID, well, no one knows it. Following a game, the entire being out the opposition team would need to be quarantined for a period of 14 days, which would be potentially end both teams' already consistent season. Okay, that's a warning. If you see the athlete test positive, you should be quarantined 4 weeks or more. That will be. These are the guidelines provided by the Center for Disease Control to the athlete to ensure the safest possible environment. To the above that league officials had chosen to side with caution and safety in postponing this regular season of the X-League to the next year to April 2021. And here are the words from Mr. Murtaza, who is CEO and who is Chief of Operations. He says, "We do not make this decision lightly, as it will create significant financial losses for the league. Hundreds of behind-the-scenes personnel in cities across the country will lose their wages, as well as not providing our athletes and coaches the opportunity to compete, not to mention our incredible worldwide fan base that are eagerly await for athlete kickoff. However, the alternative would be devastating if an athlete, coach, staff member, or fan, a follower or human being who are contracted the virus as a result faces serious illness or death to them or family member. While this postponement is a setback, it does not detract from our vision of building a global sports franchise that will provide female athletes around the world the opportunity to play tackle football at the highest level. That seems like a huge and serious message. I mean, this is not a joke. She's not joking around. She's really worried about the health of athletes, personnel, staff, crew staff, uh, people who work for the stadium, for different countries, sorry, different cities. This is a really, really real situation. We will use the additional preparation between now and when we kick off in 2021 to create an even better product for our fans while bringing in new partners that will support our athletes on and off the field whenever they are getting to another level. But and encourage every fan, staff member, coach, and athlete to circle in July 14th, which means we have weeks away to announce on their calendar. He said Mitchell as Tarsus as chairman of the X-League. In the final word says the any tickets purchased in 2020 season games will be fully refundable through your chosen ticketing resources. Well, this is the few messages the announcement for about the 2020 postponed season will be postponed to the next season, to the next year. So yeah, let me conclude this. Seems like a good message. This is a serious message. This looks like it should be home. It should be safe. But anyway, this athlete will be back as tough, strong, and of course, I don't know what to say, but it will be a good road. This is will be motivating. It doesn't mean this tournament will be a loss, but this time will be like a motivation to go back stronger than ever. And of course, this is like a new opportunity to plan other things, try to restruct, to try to reconstruct, to rebuild, something like that. In other words, this is not bad. It will be a chance to change, to solve this thing while the pandemic goes on. And I hope this we will not like the SFL because after the postponement, the league was closed. That was the fun. I don't like that. That's too sad. That's disappointing. This is disillusionating. I feel bad for that for the SFL fans who love the stadiums. It was the season. It was to end the season, but the season is postponed, and it worse. It will cancel. But the X League would not close. The league will not be folded. The league. He will be back and strong as ever. He will be stand, and of course the athlete will be back as ever. So this is just a trap. It's just a fallout because the corona did it again. It canceled the season, it canceled the league, but in 2021 we will be back. They will be back. This league will be, as always, a good league for the women's sport, a good American football for the rest of our lives. So yeah, I'm gonna conclude this video. I hope you enjoy and don't forget to subscribe and yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm gonna put in my description below. So yeah, see ya.